Similarly, amongst the Homo sapiens, human beings, there were certain select rishis who could decipher the sound in the atmosphere in certain patterns. Those rishis sitting in Aravalis, in Himalayas, in Vindhyas, and by the banks of different nadis, they started accumulating those sound waves in their mind, and in whatever form it came. See, when you go for that ECG report, it will go up, come down, go up, come down, right? Sonic waves are also like that. The pattern in which they listened, they beautifully were able to transcribe it into a mantra. You're able to get? That is why we say that Swaram cannot be changed. The Rishi did not create that sound. He has heard that sound wave that way. Sahasra Sirsaf Purusha Sahasraksha Sahasrapat. So he has heard that sound that way. That is why we say Gayantam Trayati iti Gayatri. Gayatri is that mantra which will protect the person who recites it. Only if he recites it in the way it has to be recited. Then only it will protect. So this sonic wave the Rishi would have heard, and he will translate it into a mantra. Similarly, there will be countless rishis across the mountain ranges and by the banks of various Punya Nadi who would have decoded that particular mantra. They would have decoded, and as they decode, they would have noticed certain passages look like prose. Certain would have been in the form of poetry. Whatever was in the form of prose became yajus. Whatever was in the form of poetry, padyam, became rik. You're following till now? When it is in the form of poetry, it is very, very fit to be sung. See, it is very tough to sing prose. Once there lived a man. See, how will you sing a story? Right? You won't have the talam also, because see, if it has to be sung into music, you need a rhythm. For rhythm, you need certain words, these many number of words in every sentence. Prose won't have that. First line will have 10 words. Second line will have, oh, are you? There will be only 3 words. Then how will I finish that talam? So, yajus was in prose. So, it was not fit to be sung. Whereas rik was in the form of poetry. So, most sections of rik was taken and set to music. That became samam. So, Rig Vedam and Sama Vedam is poetry, and Sama Vedam is poetry plus music. Whereas prose is Yajur Vedam. Now, certain important sections from all the 3 Vedas were put together, and that was called Atharvana Vedam. So, if you look at many of our ancient texts, they will say 3 Vedas. Now you will say, Kya hai sir? We thought there were 4. You can say there are 2. You can say there are 3. You can say there are 4. Why you can say there are 2? There is only Rik and Yajur. You can say there are 3 because Rik only becomes Samam. You can say there are 4 because Atharvana Vedam is a compendium of the first 3. So 2 or 3 or 4. Correct? Now, one is in poetry, one is in prose, one is in poetry plus music. So all of this was in a mixture. That is why a person called Dvaipayana. Dvaipayana means a person who is technically born in an island. So he was born on an island. Which island? We don't know, whether it was Kalapani. What is that series? Right? Some Kalapani. Whether he was born in Andaman Nicobar, we don't know. But he was born in an island in the fresh waters of Yamuna. So he was called Dvaipayana. And he was very dark complexioned. So he was called Krishna Dvaipayana. He took the Herculean task upon him to beautifully bucket them into their respective categories. So there will be a mixture of prose, poetry plus music. So he took all the poetry plus music separately. Poetry separately. Prose separately. Since he categorized them, the categorization process is called Vyasam. The process is called Vyasam. Since Krishna Dvaipayana took the task of doing Vyasam to the Vedic passages, he is called Veda Vyasa. Understood? Now, in this 4, we have got Rik. This Rikka can also be when you bring that together with the Veda, it will become Rig Veda. But generally, technically, you have to say Rik. Rik is a pattern. So, Rik, Yajus, Sama, Atharvanam. Correct? Now, in this Rik Veda, there is Purusha Suktam. Sir, we thought it will be easy. It will become easy, don't worry. You may be accustomed to listening to Ramayana, Mahabharatam and Bhagavatam. They are on a different scale. Krishna will come, he'll steal butter, you will laugh, I will cry, you will cry. So that is on a different plane. But you will get used to it. At the end of this lecture, you will cry for this also. Now, there are 18 mantras in Purusha Suktam, of which 16 mantras are found in the Rig Vedam, Mandalam 10, Suktam 90. So, out of 18 passages, 16 passages of the Purusha Suktam is found in Rig Vedam. Any Rig Vedis here? 1, 2, 3, 4, very good. 5. So Purusha Suktam is a part of Rig Vedam as well. Now let's go to Shukla Yajurvedam. See, in Yajurvedam there are two. Shukla and Krishna. Many people, see, we are not very good at singing, nor are we good at memorizing. So many followers of Bharatadesham will be from Yajurvedam only. So that is prose. So in Yajurvedam, we have Shukla Yajurvedam and Krishna Yajurvedam. One white, one black, sir. In money, if it is there, it is okay. In Vedam also, you are saying white Yajurvedam, black Yajurvedam. There is a different connotation why that word Krishna and Shukla came. I'll tell you that during the course. In Shukla Yajurvedam, generally, you will very rarely find South Indians, Kannadigas, Telugu speaking people, Tamil speaking people, very rarely they will be followers of Shukla Yajurvedam. Shukla Yajurvedam is generally found in upper parts of Maharashtra, major parts of Gujarat, southern part of Rajasthan and the current day Karachi region. So that was the place where Shukla Yajurveda followers used to be there. So in Shukla Yajurvedam, in Adhyayam 34, there is Purusha Suktam. So any Shukla Yajurveda followers here? 1, 2, 3. Very good. So you are the rarest of the rare, like RH negative. So we have to give them full respect. Next time, first row reserved for them. So Shukla Yajurvedam. Now Krishna Yajurvedam. I'll see how many of you follow Krishna Yajurvedam. See. In Krishna Yajurvedam, all the 18 passages are found in the third Prashnam. Let us now go to Samavedam. Purusha Suktam is spotted in Samavedam as well, but only 7 mantras are found. Any Samavedam followers here? So Samavedam also Purusha Suktam is there. Atharvana Vedam, any Atharvana Vedam followers here? Followers, you should not tell Facebook page. Traditionally, have you been following or not? So in Atharvana Vedam also there is Purusha Suktam. That is why the first shloka I said, right? Vedeshu Paurusham Suktam. This Purusha Suktam alone is found in all the 4 Vedas. Sri Rudram is found but not in entirety. Few passages. Mainly it comes only in Krishna Yajurvedam. It doesn't come in Samavedam as well. That is why it is said that Appaya Dikshita felt very bad. He was born as a Samavedi and he couldn't learn Sri Rudram. He was a great Shiva Bhakta, but he couldn't learn Rudram because you are not supposed to learn any passage of the Veda to which Veda you don't belong to. Remember this. It is like, for example, I generally give this example, some may get bored. The sorting hat will always take the choice of the person. Correct? So even if you have got Gryffindor, if you want Slytherin, you can go. But in Vedas, you can't change that house. If you are born into Yajurveda, whether you like Yajurveda or not, you have to learn only Yajurveda. You cannot learn Samavedam. When can you learn Samavedam? Only if you entirely complete Yajurvedam, you can go to Samavedam. So that was the rule in those days. Now, Purusha Suktam is found in entirety in the Vedas. That said, so we have spoken about the importance of Swaram, Vedic language, the importance of the 4 Vedas, how Purusha Suktam is found in the 4 Vedas. Now I'll talk about 5 commentators to the Vedas. Remember these names. Uvatacharya, Mahidharacharya, then Bhattabhaskara, Sayanacharya, Rangaramanuja, 5 commentators to the Purusha Suktam. Extremely important. Sir, are commentators important? Extremely important. Only for Vedas? No. Even for Ramayanam, Mahabharatam and Bhagavatam. You need the commentators' help. Have you heard of this boy who supported, who was killed by Dasharatha when Dasharatha went on hunting? Shravana Kumara, that also you don't know, sir. There is no mention of the word Shravana in Ramayanam. The boy's name is not called Shravana at all. Generally, the moment I say Shravana Kumara, you'll remember one scene. The boy will have one bamboo stick, 2 cups, one father seated their mother. There is no mention of such stick, 2 materials. Nothing is there in the Ramayana. Sir, when did that arise? I don't know. Before Ramanand Sagar. Somewhere before his time only it came. So there is no mention of that. Who was this boy? We don't know his name. Let his name be Mr. X. Elon Musk will like. Let him remain Mr. X. This boy was a sannyasi, says Ramayanam. So, okay, I will give you another instance. Dasharatha, finally you have come to Ramayanam, sir. Right? Give some rest to Purusha Suktam. Okay. In the Ramayana, Dasharatha had to coronate the eldest of his sons called Sri Ramachandra as the heir apparent, as the Yuvaraja. Correct? But what happened in the middle? Kaikeyi, sir. This cause is Kaikeyi lady. Who brainwashed Kaikeyi with Surf Excel? Manthara came and brainwashed. So Manthara brainwashed Kaikeyi and Kaikeyi sought 2 boons. Correct? She said, you remember those 2 boons that you had fought Timidhwaja, and that day you gave me 2 boons and I did not know what to ask. Now I am asking those 2 boons, she said. Correct? So we are under the assumption that only after Kaikeyi asked those 2 boons, Dasharatha had a mild heart attack. Correct? There is a small issue here. When Rama was informed that he will become the heir apparent, was Bharata there in town? Bharata was not there in town. See, you have got 4 sons. One son has gone to some foreign trip. It is a major function, some marriage. What will you do? You will inform that person. You will say, block your calendar. Check if you are getting economy or premium economy. Come soon. We will miss you. You will say we will buy clothes for them. Now, in a normal scenario, Dasharatha should have waited for Bharata to come. No, sir. He is living many thousand miles away. After Dasharatha was dead, in 7 days, Bharata came. So, Dasharatha could have waited for 7 days. But he didn't wait. I am telling you all this before Kaikeyi asked those 2 boons. So, he calls Rama. And Rama comes. And Dasharatha informs, Rama, today is Punarvasu. What is Punarvasu? Whose star? Rama's star. Because Rama was finishing 24 and was turning 25 that day. He told, happy birthday. Rama, I'm going to give you a gift. Tomorrow is your Pattabhishekam. Rama was a bit confused. This was too quick, right? Any event management person won't take this task at all. In 1 day they have to arrange. Tomorrow is Pushya Nakshatra, he said. Rama, you have to get your coronation done. Then he gives a list of reasons. He says, Surya Angaraka Rahu Vihi. Surya Angaraka. Angaraka means Mars. And Rahu, the shadow deity, they are all in the straight line. And for the monarch, it is very bad. Monarch will die very soon. And I am getting all inauspicious dreams. So I am also getting old. Kalidasa says, Tam karnamoolamagatya ramer shrirnyasyatam iti. It seems the grey hair came and told Dasharatha, Dasharatha, it is enough. You give the Rajyam to your son. He didn't get Godrej. So, Tam karnamoolamagatya ramer shrirnyasyatam iti. So, Dasharatha said, Rama, I want to make you the heir apparent. Tulasidasa makes a very intelligent intervention here. It seems Rama told his father, this is not there in the Moola Ramayanam. In Ramcharitamanas it is there. Rama told, see, father, all we 4 brothers, we have grown up together. Whatever dress we buy, it will all be the same for the function. So without my brothers, I will not get the coronation done. But in Valmiki Ramayanam, Rama doesn't give such kind of huge cinema dialogues. He said, okay, father. But Dasharatha felt bad looking at Rama's face because Rama was very intelligent in showing his feelings without speaking them out. This is one shlokam in Ayodhya Kandam. So the moment he saw his son's face, he said, Rama, see, Bharata is away. I understand. Even without Rama saying, now Dasharatha intervenes and says, I know Bharata is away. Kintu chittam manushyanam anityamiti me matam. But human beings are generally fickle-minded, Rama. What if people's wishes and desires change as per their times? So I want you to get the Pattabhishekam done tomorrow. What is he hinting at? He says that if Bharata would be invited, maybe he will ask the Rajyam for himself. Correct? You're able to get the point? But even then, Dasharatha could have avoided this scenario because the rule was the eldest of the sons has to become. Only if the son has some deformity or is handicapped, he cannot become. Just like the case of Dhritarashtra. Here Dasharatha could have said article 94F, look at this article, the eldest of the sons only has to become the king. But Dasharatha did not use that. Why? Because after giving away his eldest daughter Shanta in adoption to Romapada, Dasharatha did not have children for a very long time. He kept on marrying one lady after the other. When he went to Girivraja is Rajagriha, that is the place where KK Rajyam is. It is the current day Jalalabad in Afghanistan. So when he went to that place, he spotted Kaikeyi. And Kaikeyi's mother was at a different level. Kaikeyi is nothing in front of her. She is Kaikeyi square plus Manthara cube. That is Kaikeyi's mother. Tomorrow, next lecture, I'll tell you where it comes in Ayodhya Kandam. Now, she told, see, you are marrying my daughter, Dasharatha, but you already have Kaushalya and... No, sir. We thought it is Kaushalya. Kaikeyi Sumitra. No, she is referred to as Madhyamamba in many places. Sumitra. So Sumitra, she was a Magadhi. She was already married. They didn't have children. So this Kaikeyi's mother uses this. She says, what if on the day of my daughter's marriage with you, your first wife Kaushalya comes and shows that red lines, says she is pregnant, then her son only will become the Yuvaraja. So you have to promise now that immaterial as whose ever son is the eldest, it is only my Kaikeyi's son who should become the king. She took this promise in one black and white paper and she took. Sir, how are you telling? Because there is one place in Ayodhya Kandam where Rama tells this to Bharata, and to which Govindaraja, the commentator, writes 4 pages. Why he said that? Without the help of Govindarajiyam commentary to Ramayana, you will never know this. That is why Dasharatha was very, very careful that the Pattabhishekam should happen before Bharata returns. But the saddest part was, who took this promise? Kaikeyi's mother. She was dead. Kaikeyi's father was a good man. He was KK Raja Ashwapati. He comes even in our Brahma Sutram. He would not have reminded. So Dasharatha was in a way convinced that nobody could have reminded Kaikeyi, because when Kaikeyi mother took this black and white agreement, Kaikeyi was not there. Else Kaikeyi would have used this rule. Why will she use those 2 boons? Okay, now there is another problem here. See, I have not got into Purusha Suktam at all. There is one problem here. Kaikeyi's mother is dead. If Dasharatha uses this as an excuse, stating that I had promised, but that person is dead, so we'll manage, then how do you call him Dharmaraja? See, if this is the case, then we can call him like any other politician. That is where there is a dharmic rule. When you make promises for the sake of marriage, then those promises need not have to be fulfilled. I am not saying this. This comes in the Vyakhyanam. The commentator Govindaraja says this. So, don't use this indiscriminately. But this shlokam is recited by Govindaraja in the commentary to the Ramayana. Why I am telling you this is, even to understand a narration like Ramayana, the commentary is so important. Then imagine the number of times, the multifold times commentary is important to Purusha Suktam. Because we are not adept in Sanskritam and Purusha Suktam, that is why Brahmanosya Mukhamasit Bahurajanya Kritaha becomes a point of contention amongst the half-baked people. When that mantra comes, you will realize what is the true meaning of that passage.